Okay, so this is arms and shoulders for the month of February. This is day one. I'm just gonna quickly go through all of the exercises. Shoulder circuit, each exercise we're doing 3 times in a row, 20 on, 10 off. Exercise 1 is a tall kneeling overhead press with a curl bar. So the paper says to put it at elbow when you're on your knees. An easier way to do that is just put it at knee height. I don't know what I was thinking. Drop down, hold at what I would call the M part. Hips forward, squeeze glutes to keep your back nice and tall. Press overhead. Don't let them come all the way down. Have them stop kind of right at shoulder height. If they want to go a little bit wider out here, they can. Just don't let that back arch. Number 2 is an upright high row. So they're going to stand on the band. Just pull to shoulder height, low chest. And then the last one, we're going to move the bar to high elbow. We're going to hit our rear delts. They can hold wherever's comfortable. I have wide grip, so out on the straight part, pull straight to the chest. It's kind of cool because hold here, this flat part comes right to the chest. You can pull back and squeeze those shoulder blades. So that is the shoulder circuit overhead press, upright band row, and then the row or the pull back. Then we have standing bicep curls. They can grip wherever's comfortable to them. I prefer the M. It's pretty much shoulder width apart. Tuck your elbows, curl all the way down, all the way up. Exercise 2 is that standing bilateral stance from behind, just like that. Oh, I'm sorry, the first one is a reverse curl. So they're gonna hold like this and reverse curl. We've never reverse curled with a bar, only the band. So this is exercise 1 for your biceps, reverse curl. Then you have that from behind bicep curl. Then we have that supine, where you lie down on your back and curl. Keep those triceps and elbows tucked and curls to the floor. So those are your biceps. Then we take this bar off. Put the rope on. And we have a plank walk up, high plank to low plank. They can do that from their knees if they need to as well. Then we are going to go supinated. They're going to face inside the rig. Start here. Shoulder width apart, tricep pull down, palms up. And then the last one, we haven't done this in a while, we're gonna go overhead extension. Elbows to the front, squeeze those ears, and pull overhead. So those are your triceps. Then we are going to put the red levers at about hip height, kind of where that hip bone is. And we're gonna put the hip belt on. You're gonna do exercises 1 and 2 as a circuit 3 times, and then exercises 3, 4 as a circuit 3 times. The paper says 2, but don't look at that. That's my fault. I don't have my computer, so I can't update it. So we're gonna step out, hinge, and snap. It's just a deadlift pattern, but you're really getting that hip snap. Don't overarch that back, squeeze your glutes. Exercise 1, exercise 2 is the S-drive push-pull. Hold a glute bridge, push and pull with both feet. Back to this, S-drive, back to this, S-drive, 3 times like that. Exercise 3 and 4. Take the hip belt off, straight bar on. Take it to about knee height because we're gonna do a front squat, so that's going to make it a little bit safer for the clients to lift from the bottom. They can hold the bar however it's comfortable. Recommend that they sit it on their collarbone, elbows out, sink and stand. Front squat, and then they have their lateral lunge to squat sequence. So they're gonna lateral lunge, squat, lateral lunge, squat. Back to front squats, back to this, back to front squat, back to this 3 times. Then we have a challenge. You can do the challenge day 1 if you want, or you can skip it and just kind of see how your timing goes. They're gonna do a 1-leg low reverse walk. So they're going to put 1 foot on the plastic part, sink low, and just press with 1 foot. 20 seconds, switch, 20 seconds on the other side. Then we have straight leg deadlift. Don't lock your legs out, but keep them straighter than we normally would for a deadlift. Really push your butt back, feel that stretch in your hamstrings. 30 seconds, then you're gonna go back to your 1-leg low reverse walk, 20 seconds each leg, and come back to this, 2 times for that circuit. Then we have our last circuit. Black handle on each side. At the top. You're gonna do exercise 1 and 2 as a circuit 2 times. Exercise 3 and 4 as a circuit 2 times. Exercise 5 and 6 as a circuit 2 times. If you guys get in a really good groove, you can increase that to 3 as the weeks progress. So number 1 is your high cable iron cross. Step away from the rig. Those cables are in line with your shoulders. Pull down to your hips. Make sure they're pulling to their hips and they're not pulling to the front to fly. A lot of people tend to do that. Exercise 2 is an alternating front to lateral raise. Then they'll go back to the high cable cross and then they'll finish with the front to lateral raise. Exercise number 3 is a standing rope hammer curl. You know what's up with that? Put the rope on the bottom, hammer curl. Then we have that alternating TRX, 1 arm presses as 1 arm curls. Just like that. Back to the hammer curl and then finish with that. And then rope, pull down, normal reps, triceps, and a 1 arm elbow height, high elbow height, 1 arm, thumb up. They can go knuckles up and rotate if they want, but make sure that it's a narrow for triceps and they're not going out wide. So they want that elbow to scrape the side of their body, their hand stays in line with their elbow. Okay? Back to this, back to this. Of course, this one's each arm. They will just turn around, line that cable up, and go here since we only have a 1 black handle, but they'll figure that out. Then our AMRAP. They are going to want this little orange one, the red one, or the blue one. The first one is 5 plank jacks. Five of these, 5 push-ups, grab the band, hands shoulder width apart. This is quick, but with control. 15 of these, okay? As many rounds as possible. Start with 2 minutes and work your way up as the week goes. And then we have core. So this one is a little bit confusing. The wording is long, but the exercise is simple. So this is super important that I show you this. So it's gonna be as a circuit. Exercise 1, straight legs. They're gonna do a lateral adduction, leg lower to hip lift. Lateral adduction to a hip lift. Lower, lateral adduction, abduction, I guess, to a hip lift. Depends which way you're looking at it. Your legs are opening and then closing, so it's kind of both. But that's what that first move is. Number 2 is that palm plank X. Love this one. It's been a while since we've done it. Coach it correctly. Don't let the hips sag a lot. And then the last one is where we have the rope's already on from the tricep pull down. Tall kneeling. Put that rope over your neck. Keep those elbows tucked tight. Hinge and down. Make sure when they hinge that they don't sit back on their heels. They want their hips to stay over their knees for the most part. And encourage them to lift a lot. The work happens on the way up and down, so the slower the movement, the more they'll feel that. Then they get a rest, and then they go again.